Hey there! If you're living in Charlotte or thinking about making the move in 2025, one big question probably keeps coming up a lot. Should I rent, or is it finally time to buy a home? With rising rents, changes in interest rates, and a housing market that just feels all over the place right now, it's tough to know what the right move is. I'm Julian Lopez, a local real estate agent here in Charlotte and Western North Carolina, and in today's video, we're going to break down the pros, the cons, and real life numbers so you can make a smart decision for your future. All right, let's talk dollars. Right now in Charlotte, the average rent for a 2-bedroom apartment ranges from $1,800 to $2,200 a month. If you're closer to uptown or in high demand neighborhoods like South End or NoDa, you're probably seeing even higher numbers. Now, let's look at buying. Say you're looking to buy a home around $350,000, which is pretty average for the area, with a, let's say, 5% down payment and an interest rate of around 6.75 to 7%, you're looking at a monthly mortgage of $2,300 to $2,500 depending on taxes and insurance. At first glance, that might seem like a no-brainer for renting, but you got to remember that whenever you rent, 100% of that money is going to your landlord. And with a mortgage, part of that payment is you building your own equity. Home ownership is one of the most proven ways to build long-term wealth. Here in Charlotte, home values have historically appreciated about 4 to 6% annually. And even with a cooler market right now, most economics expect steady growth to continue. For example, let's say you buy a home that's $350,000 and it appreciates just 4% per year. In 5 years, your home could be worth over $425,000. Plus, you're paying down your mortgage at the same time, and that's money going back into your pocket and not someone else's. And unlike rent, your mortgage payment isn't going up like every year. It stays steady, giving you predictability while inflation keeps pushing rent prices higher. So I've been hating a little bit on renting right now, but let's be real, there are benefits to renting, especially if you need flexibility. If you're not sure you'll be in the area for long term, or if your job situation isn't stable, renting gives you freedom to move without a long-term commitment. But if you're planning to stay in the area for at least 3 to 5 years, buying starts to make a lot more sense, financially and emotionally. You can customize your space, build roots in the community, and stop worrying about those rent hikes or whether your landlord just decides to sell the property you're living in. Now, in order to make a good decision, we have to zoom out and talk about the current Charlotte housing market. Inventory right now is still tight, especially for move-in ready homes under $400,000. That means competition is still out there, but it's not as crazy as it was a couple of years ago. Buyers today have more room to negotiate, and while interest rates are higher than the rock bottom numbers we saw in 2020 and 2021, prices have started to stabilize. In some areas, we're even seeing modest price drops or seller incentives like rate buydowns or closing cost help. If you're financially ready, you might actually have more leverage as a buyer right now than you actually think. Now, with all that being said, I always tell my clients, don't worry so much about the timing of the market and focus on the timing of your life. If you're in a stable place financially, planning to stay in the area, and tired of paying rent prices that builds zero equity, that's a strong sign that it might be time to buy. No one knows for sure what rates or prices will do next year, but we do know your rent isn't going to drop, and the longer you wait to build equity, the more you're just building someone else's wealth instead. Now, if you made it this far into the video and you're still not sure what's totally right for you, that's perfectly fine. I'm leaving below my contact information so you can reach out, and I'd be more than happy to help you run the numbers to see what makes the most sense for you for free. Hit that like button if you found this video helpful, subscribe for more real estate tips, and if you're thinking about buying in Charlotte or just anywhere in North Carolina, again, reach out. I'd be more than happy to help you make a smart move. With all that out of the way, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.